Good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying your evening. This is my first episode of Porchlight Conversations, and this is really just thoughts of just sitting here on the porch and just what's going through my mind and just having real conversations. So I was out here thinking, I was like, the storms. We had some storms come through today, and it really got me thinking, that we all go through storms in our life. Um, and some of those storms we kind of know that are coming, right? Maybe it's something we done, or maybe we just know that there's a storm coming and it's brewing, right? And then sometimes some of those storms catch us off guard, and we don't even know that they're coming until they already hit us. But one thing I do know about storms is they pass, right? They come and go, they all pass. And yes, some of those storms can tear some stuff up, right? Can tear some parts of your life up, and it might take a little bit to rebuild it, but they all pass, right? And I'm a strong believer that every storm that you go through makes you stronger, right? And it's not the type of strong that people think, oh, don't cry and don't show your emotion and beat your chest like a gorilla. Not that kind of strength, not that kind of, it's just not that kind of being strong, right? Most of the time through the storms, your strength and where you become strong is within. I know there's been some storms that I've been through that has strengthened my faith and what I believe, right? Because I know I wouldn't have made it through some of those storms without God, and it was all because of God that I made through those storms. And sometimes those storms, you can have those storms in your family sometimes, right? Sometimes a storm hits and it causes the storm to grow together and be stronger for one another, right? Um, and it's every storm's going to pass. Some are very short, some are a little bit longer than we want them to be, but they all pass. And I think that's the most important part to remember. If you're in that if you're in that season of a storm, hey, just know it's going to pass. Hang in there, be strong. It will pass. I also think this. I think without storms, um, we wouldn't know how nice or how beautiful it is on the other side of that storm too. So sometimes it hits you in the face and say, "Hey, you know what? You're going through this storm because I don't want you to forget how good it is when you're not in the storm, right?" And some storms, I truly believe are tests. You know, um, and I know that I've had some of those tests, and so far I think I've passed them. I'm still here, so just remember that. I think is storms are hard to go through, right? But they will pass, and not all storms we can predict. Sometimes they hit us out of nowhere, and you just got to do your best to deal with it. You know, pray, do what you got to do to make it through it. It's going to make you stronger if you allow it. If you ignore it, you might go through that storm for no reason at all. So, and when others are in the storm, try to be there for them, right? That goes a long ways. When you be there for each other, man, the bond that you can create with that is just it's incredible when you can help each other through a storm. And sometimes when people are going through a storm, it's not that they want you to help them; they just want you to sit in the storm with them. So sometimes you just have to sit in the rain and let it pour on both of you, and that's all they need is just to know that they're not alone. So keep that in mind with the storms, right? We're going to be doing this. We're going to be trying to do this every day. A little porch light conversation, just talking about whatever comes up in my head. And excuse me, tonight was storms because hey, we was having storms, and the storms in Virginia are odd. It can be complete storming on one side of the road and sun shining on the other, and that's a lot like life sometimes. Sometimes we don't know the storms that other people are going through, and sometimes they're really good at hiding the storm, and it looks like the sun is shining, but there's really a storm brewing. So be kind to one another, be nice, be gentle, You don't know what each other's going through. You don't know what kind of storm they're going through. So just be nice to people, and hopefully people are nice to you the next time that you're going through the storm. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, little Porchlight conversation. Hope you guys checked out Marks today from the road. That's great. We got a lot of good things going on. So until next time, be nice to each other, and don't worry, you're going to make it through the storm. We'll talk soon.